Yo! Today is January 28th. We're on pages 54 and 55. And Anthony, dude, I can't believe it's 2026. Like, I can't get used to this. So it's the end of the month, and we have our health article. And this month, we're talking about duck syndrome. People might not be as they appear.
没错，我到现在都已经到月底了，还不习惯，现在是2026年了。
怎么可能？
哦，怎么可能？对呀，我们平常那么努力，讲到努力呢，我们有可能会碰到这种情况，就是你身边看起来很努力，然后看起来都很淡定的人，说不定他的内心并不淡定。我们今天讲的主题呢，就是 duck syndrome。好 ，people might not be as they appear。好，就是外表淡定，内心呢累得像狗一样。小心，你有鸭子症候群吗？
So, have you ever pretended to be perfect? And I think this is a great question in modern times because of social media. Lots of people like to put the very nice version of their life online, and you don't really see the bad stuff. Although some people really like to talk about the bad stuff in their life online too.
没错，所以在这里的话，你在这社群媒体上面，常常会看到好多人把他们光鲜亮丽的生活面向给展现出来。某人又到冲绳去玩啦，对不对？哈，某人呢，又就是得了什么奖啊？有人瘦了10几公斤哇，身材变得好好哦。你看到都是光鲜亮丽的一面嘛。所以久而久之，你发现到说，其实有的时候你看到他们这么厉害，然后觉得哇，自己好像活得很辛苦哦，很不好。可是事实上，有些人他们习惯让人家看到很棒的一面，但私底下的苦呢，都是自己在尝的。我们今天讲这个主题，它的副标题，你看他说 ，Have you ever pretended to be perfect？ 你曾经假装完美吗？这个字 pretend 就是假装的意思 ，perfect 就是指完美。
All right, so let's hear our article, and when we come back, we're going to go through paragraph 1.
Duck syndrome. People might not be as they appear. It can be difficult to tell whether our friends or family members are experiencing mental health problems. This is especially true when they appear to lead happy and successful lives. However, appearances can be misleading. Someone who looks calm and relaxed on the outside may be struggling with inner challenges. A term that captures this idea is duck syndrome. It refers to individuals who seem to manage life effortlessly in public, but beneath the surface, they are working hard to keep everything together. The term duck syndrome was coined at Stanford University to describe students who appeared calm on the surface but were actually struggling with the stress of campus life. The phrase was inspired by how ducks seem to glide smoothly across a lake even though their feet are kicking furiously underwater. Duck syndrome is not officially recognized as a mental health condition. However, many people who identify with it report similar experiences. These often include believing others are doing better and feeling that their own lives are out of control. They may also find it hard to relax because they constantly compare themselves with others.
Okay, friends, as always, you know how I like to do this. Get your pencil, get your blue pen and highlighter, write things down in your magazine. It just helps you remember better. The first word I want to use, underline, syndrome. Now, a syndrome is a collection of symptoms that kind of happen all together. So syndrome is a collection of symptoms. Symptoms is S-Y-M-P-T-O-M-S. Symptoms and syndrome.
没错，我们老师呢在最开始的时候，我们先讲2个重要的字汇，你会后面常常看到这几个字。第一个就是我们 title 里面的这个 syndrome。syndrome 就是症候群综合症的意思。另外一个呢就是 symptoms。symptoms 就是指一个一个的症状。 所以说好几个综合起来的 symptoms 加在一起就变成了 syndrome。好，先知道一下这个字，然后老师刚刚也帮我们把这个 symptom 的拼法也拼给大家了。
All right, let's take a look at paragraph 1 here. It can be difficult to tell whether our friends or family members are experiencing mental health problems because some people really don't like to share their feelings. Some people, they have family pressure. They should not show these problems. And some people just, maybe they're not sure who they can talk to about them. But I think everybody has at least some mental health problems that they need to maybe talk out sometimes.
没错，很多时候呢，很多人心里的有难过的地方，或者觉得不如意的地方，很多时候没有人可以讲，或是不好意思讲，对不对？所以在第一段的第一句话，他就说了 ，It can be difficult to tell whether our friends or family members are experiencing mental health problem. Mental health problem 就是指心理健康的问题，很难去判断说我们生活中朋友啦、亲人啦，他们是不是正在经历这些心理状况的问题
Okay, underline weather. And 没错，这个听起来像天气一样，就是不要加 h. Weather here means whether A or B. So whether you like it or not, you will do your homework, 怎样怎样. You have to do A or B. But 这边就是 your family member has experiencing mental health problems. 没有说 or B. And that's because we just 他们有还是没有. At the end of this sentence, we can just write or not. And that's your B here in this sentence. This is especially true when they appear to lead happy and successful lives.
好，我们来看第二句，他说 This is especially true when they appear to lead happy and successful lives. 这个 appear to 怎样，就是看似，你也可以说 when they seem to lead happy and successful lives. 还是尤其是当他们表面上看起来过得好快乐，过得非常成功的生活，这种情况之下，你更不容易看到说，哇，心里面其实有非常多的心理健康问题。
Okay, let's look at the word successful, 双 C, 双 S, and those vowels are short vowels, successful. But Chris, appear, 这个 is a schwa. That's right. One of the really big exceptions to 那个双字母前面母音是短的 is when you have that starting E or A, because that's almost always never stressed. 如果没被加强的话, it's going to be a schwa. So who cares about the letter after it? And that's because 那个古老的拉丁文的怎样怎样怎样怎样. Just remember that starting syllable sometimes can be the exception. All right, next sentence. However, appearances, 再来一次那个 A 是schwa. Appearances can be misleading. So it looks correct, but no.
Yeah, 没错，在这里的话，我们前面有看到 appear， 对不对 ？appear 这个是 when they appear 其实还有另外一个字就是出现。那出现在你面前的这种形态，那就是 appearance。所以他这边讲到说 ，however appearances 就是外表的这个样貌或是表象呢 ，can be misleading， 可能是会误导人的哦。
Someone who looks calm and relaxed on the outside may be struggling with inner challenges. And look at this. We have 2 G's, 2 N's, 2 L's, and 前面的母音都是短的. Look at that. I love this rule. Struggling with inner challenges. So they look calm on the outside, but inside they are having some problems. Do you ever do this in the classroom?
什么样的东西
So like outside, you look really calm and controlled, and inside maybe things are kind of tough.
Yeah.
If I have a bad day, it's not my students' problems. I do not let them see that. I go in and I'm like, hey, everybody. And inside I'm like,
crying.
I do not want to be here. I do not want to be here.
没有错，我觉得我自己的教学的这个标准就是说，今天我不要把我不好的情绪带给我的学生。
That's right. I agree. And maybe 上一堂课他们做奇怪的东西不是下一班的问题. I agree. Yeah. Put that mask up.
没错，真的是如此。所以他就说了 ，appearances can be misleading. Someone who looks calm and relaxed 看起来好像哇很淡定，好非常放松的那种 on the outside 外表看起来很淡定的人呢 may be struggling with inner challenges。这个 on the outside 我们后面还会有机会提到很多跟这个 outside surface 好就是跟外表表象有关的一些词汇，待会碰到我会跟你说。然后它这个对应的 on the outside 后面这个字 with inner challenges 就是内在的这种挑战，可能正在内战里面不断的天人交战中，可是外表看起来还是平静无波的样子。
A term that captures this idea is duck syndrome. It refers to individuals who seem to manage life effortlessly in public, but beneath the surface, they are working hard to keep everything together.
哇哦，天哪，好惨哦，对不对？所以你会看到这一句话里面有 beneath the surface， 在这个平静 surface 是表面，尤其是提到那种水啦或者什么东西的表面，海洋的表面等等 ，beneath 就是在什么之下。所以今天当你讲到 on the outside。Beneath the surface， 好，这些字把它圈起来，然后把它连在一起。所以整句话说 ，a term that captures this idea， 能够有一个词汇能精准掌握这个概念的 ，capture 就是捕捉的意思嘛，能够精准描述这个概念的呢，就是 duck syndrome， 它就是鸭子症候群，好，或是鸭子综合症。It refers to individuals， 它指的 refers to 就是 it means， 好，它指的意思就是。Individuals who seem to manage life effortlessly in public， 在大庭广众，在别人众人的面前，他好像是哇，好轻松，好写意，日子过得好开心，好快活啊。But beneath the surface， 但是在这个表象之下呢 ，they're working hard to keep everything together， 还努力去维持这一切的这种局面，他很努力，很拼命，其实很累。
It's like you take a can of soda pop and you shake it real hard and you put it on the table.
Yeah.
It looks calm, but if you crack it, boom. That's right. It's duck syndrome. Or I suppose duck syndrome is cuter than like Coca-Cola syndrome.
That's true.
So yeah, they're working hard to keep it all together. Look at the word surface very quickly. So we see face, and that's right, your face is on the outside. And sur actually means super. So it's kind of the surface. The 特别就是你的外表这样, but underneath, okay? Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we got paragraph 2. Hey everybody, welcome back to Enjoy English School. We're on pages 54 and 55, and we're talking about duck syndrome. People look calm on the surface, but beneath the surface, they are working hard to keep everything together. They feel they don't have control. The term duck syndrome was coined at Stanford University to describe students who appeared calm on the surface, 撑起来, but were actually struggling with the stress of campus life. Now, your campus at a university are lots of the buildings and the parks and the places you could go at your university. Campuses, at least in America and other places, they're kind of like really, they're their own little mini city. And so all of that together is your campus, your school.
没错 ，campus 就是校园。然后在美国的话，校园很多都很大，有不同的校区啊，很多地方可能来来往往啊，非常非常多，像一个小社区一样。所以我们看这句话说 ，the term 好这个词汇好 duck syndrome 就是我们说的鸭子综合症 ，was coined at Stanford University. Let's talk about the word coin. 当你今天提到 coin 的时候，平常指的是硬币嘛。但如果说今天 we coin a phrase， 意思就是我们创造出 was created。好，它是什么时间创造出来的呢？它是在史丹佛大学的时候被创造出来的。To describe students who appeared calm on the surface， 我们刚刚前面不是有提到 beneath the surface on the outside， 这边我们又碰到是在表象跟表象有关的词 on the surface， 刚刚我们把它圈起来了嘛，对不对？好，特别是去描述呢这些学生，他们看起来外表上面看起来非常冷静 ，but we're actually struggling with the stress of campus life。好，这个 campus life 就是校园生活，看似稳定的他们，但事实上私底下呢，对于校园生活是充满了紧张、充满压力的情绪。
Okay, so why do we say coin a phrase like 硬币? What does this mean? In the past, all money were coins. You didn't have paper money in the past. And so you had to, like on these coins, you would have little sentences or little phrases on them, especially every time you have a new king, like the old king dies and you have a new king. So the new king would put his name on the money and usually like a little sentence. And you had to cut these coins out. And this was a noun and a verb. So you would coin the new money, and that's the verb. And on it, you would make a coin, you would make the metal money, and it would say King Anthony. And the phrase was like, hey, everyone,
It's Enjoy English School, yo!
It's like just yo.
I would do that, yeah.
That's right. And so that's why we say coin a phrase. It's like the way they used to make money. Now, we don't really do that today so much anymore, but that's where it comes from.
啊，原来是这个道理。所以说，以前呢，他们很多时候这个换了新王之后，他们铸造新的币，然后上面就会有一些这个新王讲的话，对不对？像我现在听到这个硬币上面什么有一个 sentence 的话 ，In God we trust，
something like that. In God we trust, or E pluribus unum, what some Latin phrase.
Yeah.
All of these kings had their own little like logos and the things they wanted to say, mottos or something.
Yeah. 原来如此。
原来如此. The phrase was inspired by how ducks seem to glide smoothly across a lake, even though their feet are kicking furiously underwater. And this is a great description. So when I read duck syndrome, I'm like, I kind of understand it. But it's like, okay, the duck on the water is just like real happy, quack, 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 quack. And then underneath it, its legs kick so fast. And this is a great description of how these students feel with the stress on campus life. When we say furiously, we mean angrily, high energy, enthusiastically.
Yeah， 没错，在这边有看到一个字 furiously， 当然你想到的可能会是很生气的，或是很充满情绪的。各位应该有印象看过一个这个系列电影叫做 Fast and Furious。
Yeah, exactly. Two kids watch that.
玩命关头，对不对？哈，好，这是 Fast and Furious， 他拍了9集10集，对不对？所以他这边提到这个 Furious 就是很快速的 quickly 的意思。所以如果说
So good.
Yeah， 所以今天他提到说 The phrase was inspired by how ducks seem to glide smoothly across the lake。 这个词呢，就是很轻松的，这个鸭子呢，在这个湖面上面，好 glide smoothly 顺畅的这样子，很滑行这种感觉。Even though their feet are kicking furiously underwater， 但他们脚下却是努力的划水，你看不到的地方都在努力，你看到的部分都觉得好像很赏心悦目，
可爱死了，
可爱死了，
So
对啊，
cute.
好可爱哟。
Love ducks. All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we got paragraph 3. Hey friends, welcome back to Enjoy English School. We're on pages 54 and 55. Pick up your pens. So here's my theory of the duck syndrome, okay? So if you go to Stanford, you are used to being a really good student, right? You were probably the best student in elementary school, the best student in your high school, and now you go to this place and everybody was the best student. So you are used to this easy number one position, but now you have a lot of competition and everybody's really good. So now you suddenly have a lot of pressure and you're not used to having that pressure. And so you're like, okay, stay calm, keep working hard, but inside it's like, OMG. Maybe I'm wrong about this, but this is how I understand how the duck syndrome would like impact a really skilled student.
没有错。其实事实上，我现在教的学生里头呢，刚好也有一个，哇，他之前国中、高中都是那种第一名的，然后他考上台大之后，哇，身边一堆都像他这么优秀、这么聪明，而且还很努力的人，哇，他好辛苦，还跟我讲说，哇，好累哦，我觉得好像那个竞争压力哦，很多人都是就是竞争的很激烈。所以在这里的话，老师刚刚提到这个 theory， 他这样的理论跟说法呢，就是说，今天你可以想象这些在 Stanford 念书的人，他可能国中、国小、高中一路都是很厉害、很厉害，都是很前面。他觉得说，其他人我都可以赢得过。突然间来到一个身旁人全部都跟你一样优秀，他还不习惯身旁人都跟他一样优秀的环境，所以有时候会难免会无法适应那种压力。
This happens in sports too. Like when people become professionals, like, oh, suddenly everybody is the best player.
Yeah.
And now, yeah. What do you think? You tell me what you think about the duck syndrome and what about my theory? Let us know.
Yeah.
Duck syndrome is not officially recognized as a mental health condition. However, many people who identify with it report similar experiences.
好，我们来看这句话说 ，Duck syndrome， 好，和鸭子综合症呢 ，is not officially recognized as a mental health condition， 还没有被正式的认定成为是一种心理健康的疾病。However, many people who identify with it， 好，就意思就是说，今天他认同说，哎，我好像有鸭子综合症呢的这种人呢 ，report similar experiences， 他就都会回报说，我有一些相似的经验啦，等等。那是哪些相似的经验呢？我们来看后面的说明。
All right, so these often include believing others are doing better and feeling that their own lives are out of control. So there we go. I'm used to being number one, but suddenly everybody is the number one. And I feel that pressure and I'm not used to it.
Yeah, 没错。所以这里的话呢，他就看到这句话说 ，These often include believing others are doing better。好，其他人都比我还强，比我还厉害，都过得比我好 ，and feeling that their own lives are out of control。他们感觉到自己的生活呢，已经完全失去控制了。
They may also find it hard to relax because they constantly compare themselves with others. And I think there's a quote about, I just thought of it. It's like, comparison is the theft of joy. Like if you're always comparing yourself with others, you can never be happy because someone will always have it better than you in some way. And so if you're always comparing, you're stealing your own happiness.
没错，所以变成是说呢，如果说今天常跟他人比较的话，等于是偷走了自己的快乐。很多时候你往上，你总是会比到那个比你厉害的人嘛，对不对？所以说在这里的话，他提到这边说 ，They may also find it hard to relax， 因为你就看到别人都比你好，你一定也很难放松，对不对？哈 ，Find it hard to relax 就是很难放松 ，because they constantly， 他时常的 all the time。compare themselves with others， 都跟其他人去比较，所以到最后搞得自己压力很大。
All right. Well, with that, we're pretty much out of time for today. Make sure you circled on the outside, beneath the surface, on the surface. We have lots of good phrases related. And we'll be back tomorrow with even more of the Duck Syndrome on Enjoy English School. So until then, I'm Chris Gorski.
I'm Anthony.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.